guys, welcome to Goku of Light Top 5 One Piece moments. And so basically, I've been looking at One Piece and trying to figure out, my favorite moments of the series. Why do I like to make content for the series, and just things like that. Really what connected me to the series. And the conclusion I overall came to, that a lot of it has to do with just like the feels. It gives you those moments where you just, oh my goodness, this is epic, or it just makes you feel some type of way, kind of thing. And so like overall, coming to that conclusion, I decided that I wanted to do a video of my top 5 One Piece moments to just kind of like immortalize them for now, because obviously I feel like they'll change over time. The series itself is nowhere near over, so during the future I'll probably have some differences in this to make, maybe next year. But for this year and for the current timeline of where I'm at, this is how I feel about the series, and so I figured I should make the video. And so let's get right into it. I don't want to make this video like 20 minutes long. I want it to be, just quick and good. So number 5 would be Nami's past. Like, if you know anything about me or One Piece in general, you know that Nami is one of my favorite girls in anything, whether we're talking about daytime TV or we're talking about like series like Arrow, whatever. Nami, Felicity, like some of my favorites. Okay, so anyways, Nami's past, the arc with Arlong, and just, it was amazing. It's what really hooked me to the series. Prior to everything that happened with that, I still wasn't really sure how I felt about it. I wasn't 100%. Prior to that, the coolest thing I thought I seen was like Mihawk show up and kind of like fucking wreck Zoro and all that. So yeah, that was my number 5 moment. Nami's past, everything about her, Nami, all day. Nami Swan. Number 4, Garp's words to Ace, like during the whole like Marineford arc and everything, just everything about Garp in general, like his place in the story and his connection to Luffy and the two brothers and all that, and how he kind of just, he stays strong by his like principles and morals, but at the same time, like you could see it like tearing him up inside, and you could see that he really wanted to make an action, and there's a good chance that if Sengoku didn't stop him, he was going to do something. So that's a whole big thing. Just everything about Garp and his struggle is like trying to be a parent. I think that's my number 4 as far as all that goes. Just like that moment where he's like, I have no sympathy for criminals, but family's a different story, all that kind of stuff. That's big for me. Number 3, Luffy seeing Sabo. It was a great moment. Luffy had a lot of like tragic moments kind of stacked on him, and he's a real optimistic character to go through all the different like adversities that he faces. So him not really having much of a family, his only connection really with family being Garp, and he's like on the opposite of the spectrum with the Marines, kind of puts him at distance and with nobody. And he doesn't really concern himself with his dad. I feel like Shanks is the closest thing he has to like a father figure or family in general. So seeing someone else like kind of appear in his arc and his development was really cool. And when Sabo was involved, and just anybody like with his immediate like people that he considers family, I feel like he's a lot more serious of a character, and he's a lot more direct, and we see a lot more of the leadership qualities that Luffy I think he'll have later on as he develops and he gets older and all that good great stuff, becomes the Pirate King. So number 2 would be Blackbeard killing Whitebeard. It was ruthless. It really painted the picture of who he really was. It kind of just like, you knew Blackbeard was a like dangerous dude anyways, just from like the way everybody foreshadowed him. But just the way he went about it, and how him and his whole crew show up with all these guns, and they just kind of let loose on him. And then all the mystery they kind of shroud around him, with him taking devil fruit abilities, and like how he didn't even really know if it was going to work at first. Like he was basically experimenting on Whitebeard. I thought that was pretty crazy and epic. I think Blackbeard's one of the most epic characters in anime, and I think his impact on the story has yet to be fully seen. And when we get there, I feel like overall he might be my favorite villain of One Piece. Getting to the very end, I don't know if like the Marines or Akainu or anybody deeply involved in the Marines is going to be, I would say, more of a anti-hero for me, because while Blackbeard is like obviously Luffy's villain, or however you want to look at it, his who he's a big character for him to fight, I do believe that Blackbeard's more of an anti-hero. I don't see him as like this evil dude that's just like ruthlessly torturing people or anything like that. He's an ideal pirate, which you would expect a pirate to be, and he lives up to the name, and he has his own dreams, and he's just an interesting character in himself. So that's another time. Now, number one, my favorite One Piece moment in the most. It's crazy to say it's my favorite moment because it involves my favorite character, but I think it's because it's the most impactful moment on the story involving the character, and really just we see every side of the character's like core, and that would be Ace's death. Ace is my favorite character in One Piece, so for me it was a little obvious that he would be involved in my top moment. But the way it all kind of breaks down is real tear jerking. It's really hard to really watch the whole entire Marineford arc and not feel bad if you're deeply rooted with these characters, because the way Ace feels about himself and his connection to the crew and just everybody in general, he kind of feels almost like worthless, and he's almost just a sacrificial character, and it's really sad to see, you know what I mean, because I felt like he has so much potential, and I feel like a lot of the characters in anime that have like this outstanding, like extraordinary potential usually fail to realize it. It's a common trend, I feel like, because it, like, the whole thing of seeing like the main character be this character that overcomes adversity and finds ways to like adapt for his weaknesses and stuff like that. I feel like they like to show that OP character, or that person that has like that extreme potential fail. Yeah, and so I think that's pretty crazy. And another thing I was considering doing, and I'm pretty sure I am going to do, I'm just not sure if I'm going to do it or when I'm going to do it, kind of thing, I would say is a better way to say it. I'm not sure when I'm going to do it, like sometime soon or late in the future or when, but at some point I'm going to be doing a video basically called What Ifs, and it's going to be like an example of like, what if Ace survived, what if Itachi survived, what if these different characters that die in these animes to make a big plot point didn't die. How does it affect the plot? How does it change the character? And how does it change the future of the series? I think that'd be pretty interesting. I'm really interested in doing something like that, so let me know what you think, and if you have any ideas on characters you would like to see this about, comment their names below. Yeah, and let me know your top 5. Obviously your top 5 is probably not the same as mine, so just comment below. You don't have to give full examples like I did. Just you could just phrase the moments, like Nami's past, Garp's life, Luffy and Sabo, number 2 Blackbeard and Whitebeard, number 1 Ace's death. That's all of them just phrased really quickly. So you can do similar things like that. Comment below. Thank you for watching. This has been Goku of Light, One Piece top 5 moments, and you guys have a good one.